So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now,
Yes.
y'all have been apart.
Yeah.
For Jada Pinkett. Jada is my heart. You know what I mean? She will be my friend for my whole life.
Well, maybe I'll be down to scoop you up later in life. You ain't all shriveled up.
We'll be all together.
Be like Ozzie Davis and Ruby Dee.
Pick, you know you always got a place in my heart.
She can have my one heart, my liver, my lungs, my kidneys, my blood, marrow.
We are in a place now that we are in a deep healing space. And we are really concentrating on healing the relationship between us. He can't be this perfect, idealized husband.
Yes, of course
I
not.
have to be able to accept him for the human that he is. He
Yes,
accepts
it's
me
you.
for the human that I am. And we want to love each other there.
I mean, I feel like that's how you do it. I'm really not mad at what she said. Things haven't come out in a particular way because they internally in the house hadn't yet figured out what that looked like and how to be in partnership despite everything that they were going through. Because when you bring things public, you see how stuff starts to get. It gets wild, it gets hairy, it gets messy, it gets unsafe. So from the way she said it, it sounds like very upstanding and kind of what you want to do in a marriage and a partnership. That sounds like true partnership to me, to conceal, to incubate until we know what we're going to say.
What the fuck is going on with Will Smith? That's what I want to know.
Well, I don't know if y'all remember, but there were some allegations some time ago. It was Tisha Campbell.
Okay.
Tisha Campbell had some things to say about Dwayne Martin and Will Smith, and it was just giving, rainbow behavior. So that's kind of like been this mystery on the table. Like, is he gay? But it's been in the background because it's like, but he's
voice,
married.
Jamie, that little raspy whisper. Like,
is he gay?
Okay. Yeah.
Y'all remember that?
Yeah, no, I remember that.
I definitely remember
that. Yeah, no, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. That they would be separated for this time. She's keeping it secret. He runs up and slaps Chris Rock because he needs her to keep that secret, so he can't be letting people make fun of her. Him letting her sleep with her son's boyfriend, her son's friend, whatever. And Will Smith not really tripping about it. It makes sense. Like, yeah, I mean,
but you know what's
somebody tell you
interesting?
gay, I would say, you know what, that sounds about right.
But doesn't August Alsina have a boyfriend now too? So I'm kind of wondering what all that was really about also.
I have no idea.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I'm just
I don't
throwing
know
out.
or want to know anything about what August Alsina's doing ever again. But I mean, I don't. It's not important. But Jada's been kicking Will's back in for the better part of a decade, if not longer, right? So she's never demonstrated any husbandly respect, if that's even a term. I just made it up if it ain't. But like she's never treated him with any respect. The idea that they've been living separate and still been married is not a shock, and I don't really think it's that unusual for couples in the public eye. A lot of people tend to think, and you can make your own opinion, but that Bill and Hillary Clinton been living like that since all the Lewinsky shit came out. Like that's something people do. But what's up with Will Smith? His masculinity is bruised, has been for a long time. Jada had her kids writing letters to Tupac, talking about
I heard about that. Is that for real?
and all that shit. So, like, I don't know, KB. You tell me what's good. What's really good with Will Smith?
See, I'm kind of going with maybe the dude is gay, because here's the thing. Like, I used to think the same thing. Like, oh man, this dude, he's a pussy. He letting his wife run all over him. He's in love with her, but she ain't in love with him, and she's just punking his ass. I used to think that, but then I started thinking, when I heard the rumor about him being homosexual, I started thinking, you know what? It makes a lot of sense because they got married, had kids, right? And then he laid it on her. Hey, look, check this out. All right, I need that man meat, and and she was hurt by it. She was like, wait, what? I just had kids with you, and now you laying this on me, and that hurt turned to resentment. That hurt turned to anger. And she's like, fuck this dude. I'm about to emasculate and embarrass this nigga and make him feel what I've been feeling. And so for the last decade, she just been going in on this nigga. Low key, right? Low
It really
key,
been that low
because
key.
well, I'm just saying
They sat at a
she
red
when I
table.
say low key,
She taught us the term entanglement. There
right.
was nothing low key about that.
Well, I'm just saying low key as in she didn't put the whole shit on blast, right? She didn't say, hey, this nigga over here,
Like
Willy Womping and shit. You know what I'm saying? He over here Wallopanian and shit.
Right.
She didn't put him out like that. She just told him, hey, I'm over here with this nigga and I'm over here with, these little kids. And, I'm wishing Tupac was still here. And, she putting all this shit out on this dude, making him look like a buster without having to say, oh man, this dude, he over here on some other shit. And he lied to me about, being a man and wanting to be with me and wanting to, have a strong family. See, that's what I'm thinking now. This is why she been acting like that. Cause she turned all that hurt into resentment and anger. And now she's on the side, trying to smut his name without actually, putting him on blast.
I hate to say it, but the math kind of maths. If I had to fill in the
No,
blanks, I'd just go with that. I'm gonna just go with that.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I could come up with. That's all I can come with because I don't know no dude that would be like, this quiet and take all the shit that he's been taking from her. Like, she got something on him. That's the only thing I could think.
See, I can't really dispute that part of it. I mean, and not just a dude, but a Hollywood heavyweight, A-list of the A-list.
Yeah.
It's baffling. It's really tough.
Like, at least get a divorce. At least.
Now, there are some people that'll say, oh, that cheaper to keep her and all that shit, which might be, I don't know. But people do that. A lot of people.
But Will Smith is the type of dude who, I mean, he makes bread everywhere. So he can be like, look, I'm going to cut you a check. What you want?
No, he could.
What you want? You want this check? Let me cut you a check. And 2 years from now, I get that back. I'm gonna make 9 movies over the next 2 years and get that back.
Crack them up for
it. Yeah. Let me have you sign this agreement here. I'm gonna cut you a check, tell you goodbye, and then I'm gonna have 4, 5 of you, and be over here making all these movies doing my thing. Like I used
to think like, man, Will Smith should have married me.
That's what you want, Jamie?
I used to think that. Now I'm like, you see why God doesn't give us what we ask for?
Nah.
Oh, that's why?
Yeah, nah. You even if he is homosexual, you wish he would have married you for real. Because
like back in the day,
like separately from him like Jada too.
He
and
was
look
the
at
Fresh
niggas
Prince.
cross-eyed and make him go slap people up. You can do all that shit.
He's tall, he's handsome, he was the Fresh Prince, he could rap, he could act, he got a little muscle. Will Smith was fine for a long time.
You would have been his beard.
He got an Oscar, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I just thought he looked like a lot of fun. He looked like a lot of fun to be with.
I don't think that's an uncommon opinion. I think a lot of people share that, so that's why it's even more baffling the shit that he puts up with. But I mean, y'all got y'all theory. I'm not sure I adhere to it, but I can't really beat it. So I don't know.
Yeah, look, I'm not saying the man is gay. I'm just saying it would make sense if he was. That's all I'm saying.
Guess we'll never know.
Never say never.
Well, right. There might be another
Somebody,
book. Yeah.
somebody's gonna die first. Somebody's gonna pass away first,
Yeah.
and some shit tends to come out when that happens. So,
But I wonder what would be so. Well, I can't say because I know it's not an easy thing. Because I was gonna say I wonder what would be so bad about just being honest, but that's a whole nother.
Well, listen. I mean, since Rock Hudson, you haven't had another leading man that's been openly gay in Hollywood.
Okay.
And not that he was openly gay, but I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
that, a lot of times they don't even want, the hot leading man to get married because it's so important that the female audience sees him as
available.
Whatever, yeah, so there's people way higher pay grade than me that figure
that dominant alpha. They want the
right.
women to see that.
Yeah.
So yeah. This has become very, very interesting. At first, I thought Will was just a bitch, but yeah, it's become a little bit more intriguing than just that. Now that could still be true, but, but it's
So let me get this right. So Jada Pinkett comes out, does this interview, and our response to that is to just trash Will Smith for 15, 20 solid minutes, never addressing her behavior at all, right?
No.
All right.
Nah, because at this point we've already addressed her. We've been talking
about Jada for years.
We already addressed her
All right.
behavior. At this point, this is on him now. Now we got to start looking at him, saying, what type of nigga is you? Okay,
who is you?
Yeah, who is you?
Yeah. And I get keeping the family together, and they got kids and all of that.
Their kids is grown.
Their kids are grown.
Yeah, their kids is grown. It's over.
Weird.
Yeah.
Now, when one of them start writing tell-all or some shit, like what's done in the dark, I don't know. I don't know that anything's done in the dark, but shit has a way of not staying secret forever. So
yeah,
Quincy Jones came out talking about Marlon Brando and Richard Pryor. Quincy Jones at 90 years old did an interview and aired out all that little behind the curtain shit. So
Yeah, their kids is grown, so I'm I'm not buying any of that. You can tear the family apart now. The kids is grown. All right, it's over. It's over. Once the kids is out, it's over. So yeah, yeah. Well, I guess we'll see.
I don't know. Because I don't know how I feel about Jada, but what I do know is I was a fan of hers early on, and she was always really hype and spicy and sassy. Like she's always been like her and Tupac made sense because they was both like thug life tatted on the chest. She was wild.
Made a lot of sense too.
Correct.
That's why she's so bitter. Because she like, damn, I could have had Pac, and this dude over here, he running around.
Two very different men.
Yeah.
That's almost like what I feel like a lot of women go through. It's like a lot. Well, I can't say a lot, but sometimes I feel like you want the Pac, but you do the Will Smith because that if you want the family and the like you go with that guy and not the one who's like,
Yeah, a lot of women settle.
All that shit
like.
Yeah, a lot of women settle for the nice guy that
safe
they can boss around.
I mean, Will's a cold settle though. Like,
we're talking
settle.
Yeah,
that's. I mean, listen.
Yeah,
it's some bitches out here settling for far less.
Most women are settling for men far less than Will Smith. 99% of women are settling for
I'd be willing to take that to 99.9%.
Yeah, he's part of the top 0.1% for sure.
Yeah.
But when
I
I
get it.
say settle too, I mean energetically, not status. Like
I mean,
if
all the
you're
way
not, if
around.
you don't want to like rip that man's clothes off, like you always say, KB, if it's not a sex thing, if it ain't da da da, then it's a settle
Then
on
you
some
said
level.
that's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Will Smith is a high quality guy. I wouldn't, besides his behavior with his wife, the dude's a top. He's a top guy.
Other than
Now,
that little
other than
detail,
that
huh?
little
Yeah.
flaw, yeah. Other than that little flaw, he's a top quality guy.
Solid dude. All right.
Yeah. But
Shame,
we'll
shame.
see. We'll see what's going on with him.
He was really hood with him, huh?
Yeah.
He
It'll
threw me off with the
eventually.
slap that changed things for me. I was just very confused. But other than that, I really hope he's doing well because this seems like a lot of mental, for lack of better words, because I'm tired. I can't just playing around. This seems like something that would take a really heavy toll on like your psyche and your emotions.
Yeah, especially if you're hiding the fact that you're a homosexual.
All right.